Live from Hollywood, California, VJ Vernon Husky, the Big Vanilla Funnies, Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. You took an Afro-American card. What's that? Yeah, I'll take that over there. That over there. You got a drop top red cherry. Oh, you'll take an Afro-American card, huh? You're fine, I'll take cash. You got trade for $1 billion? That's the lid. The lead and out the
What's going on, everybody? What's up out there in the world, man? VJ Vernon Husky, man. What's cracking, man? Y'all know how it gets down. You have to excuse the Cameron with the ching because that's what we do right here, man, on my new show presented to you free. You guys getting it free now. We got a website coming with subscriptions. Vessen's growing like that, but this is Husky Bets. I'm your host, VJ Vernon Husky, the Big Vanilla Funny, the Big Vanilla Madden, the Big Vanilla Color Card, the Big Vanilla Handsome, the Creamy Kobe, the Blue Eye Barkley, the Vanilla Shaq. Y'all know all the nicknames, man. V's Top Talker, Mr. Never Shut Up, because I don't know how to shut up, because I love talking. I love what I do, man. So here always on Vested Sports, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'll give you guys a lot of betting advice here on the new show, Husky Bets. This is where we cover over and unders, money lines, back doors, Lil Joes. You want some prop bets? What you want? How you want it? You want the first quarter over and under? We got that for you. You want the halftime score over and under? We got that for you. You want a -2 on the Canucks tonight? We got that. Ovechkin with a prop goal plus a win with a plus 350. I got that for you. I got everything you guys are going to need, man, with betting. Sports betting, sports gambling is so huge right now. This is the perfect opportunity to take advantage of it because everybody's at home. The betting went up this year. Like, it went up by like 32%. That is insane because people are sitting home. You know, quarantine, the vid. Kevin Hart called it, right? The vid. I call that joint just the co. Not the Rona, not the COVID, not the co-Rona. That's just the co right there. I don't even feel like saying the rest of it. It's so mind-numbing and it's so paralyzing, like what it's really done to our society and to people. But one thing it has done is it's brought up sports betting, man. So here at Husky Bets, won't be a long show like on VJ's Unsportsmanlike Conduct, my other sports talk TV show and radio show that we have over on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com. And it's also on LinkedIn and YouTube and IG and Twitter. Like, we're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm like seasoning salt. You know what I'm saying? I go on everything. And once you add a little bit of me, you really don't need much else, man, once you add a little seasoning salt to anything that you're doing. So that's what we're doing here over at Vested Sports, man. But VJ's Unsportsmanlike Conduct is a longer show, normally 2-3 hours. Well, Husky Bets, we're going to come on. I'll go live. Sometimes I'll have certain betting celebrities or people that are in the sports industry that likes to bet pretty good at it from Fox Sports Bet. You guys know our freelance over there on The Odd Couple and a couple other shows with Arnie Spainer and Aaron Torres and Brian Noe. 4 or 5 shows I've, spotted out over there and freelanced over there. So the Fox Bet's helping me out with some of these picks and stuff. And a lot of sports connections over there. Shout out to my man, Rob Parker from The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard. He is into it too. So I've been texting and sending him my picks and bets. And we had a little discussion about the Pistons the last few nights, man. And that's where I start in the NBA, man, because the Pistons have been underdogs by 10.5 or more points the last 4 games. They've covered every time. They're off tonight, but last night, double overtime. Olynyk with the winner. They were a 12-point underdog. I text Rob, Pistons cover? He said, yeah, they covered. We didn't think they win. Olynyk got the buzzer, man. So that's one thing right there. Watch for those Pistons. They don't have a lot of wins, but they're a team kind of getting it together and kind of figuring it out. You got a lot of bodies now. They've had a lot of injuries. And you got a lot of bodies. And they had the #1 draft pick last year, guys. So they weren't going to be that good this year. Cade Cunningham is doing what he can as a rookie. You see spots where he needs to learn. He's already had to sit out a few games for some soreness and things of that nature. But you gotta figure this NBA thing out. Everybody just can't come in from the smash, from the gate, and be a Hall of Famer by year 3 or 4 in their career. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but that's a team and a sneaky team to look out for. So I know back east it is 8:06 right now back east. I understand some of the games have started, but we did these picks already. Y'all see that right there? Y'all can see the picks. Y'all can see the picks and how coloration. I do my thing right there. I like markers and Crayola and stuff like that. You see, I designed the studio. I know some people looking, go, man, look at all that shit. Yes, I made all of that, okay? I took the time out to do this stuff. I would love to have neon lights and all of that right now, but have y'all looked up that stuff? Priceful? Woo! That's why we got to do the bets, to make the money maybe to the show. So we'll start with the Wolves and the Cavs tonight, man. The money line on the Wolves is a 155, and the money line on the Cavs is a 135. The Cavs have some people out. Garland's out. I like their young nucleus. I like the coaching staff. I like everything about this team, but they are still a young team. They do not have a bona fide superstar. They're +3 at home tonight. T-Wolves I like, and the over on this one is 218. I say take the over and take the T-Wolves to cover the 3 points. Towns is playing crazy out of his mind. D'Angelo had 37 2 nights ago, and the rookie Anthony Edwards, like they got a real nice young nucleus, and you can see what Karl Towns, after all the stuff he had to go through with COVID, lost his mother, then lost I think either an aunt or a grandmother, and then lost family members, like 3 or 4 of them, and that put a lot of pressure and stress on that young man. And now you can see he's kind of coming out of it. Won the 3-point shootout, came back. They won a big game on the road, beat Memphis the other night. Memphis was, I think, 4.5. Rob and I talked about that game, and they went out and beat them. Memphis couldn't cover that night. So this is a young team to really look out for. Even on the road tonight against the Cavs, I think this is an easy 3-point spread right here. Take the over on the 218. Both teams aren't great defensively. You really need it to be like 115, 110, somewhere in that area like that to cover. 113, 109, 113, 109. The 114, you can get that cover right there. Next game is the Pacers and the Magic. Magic at home. Now, this is interesting. The Pacers, they are 1-11 against the Magic straight up at Orlando. So that right there gave me the Magic with the 2.5. I would take the under on the 232.5. I don't think the Pacers have enough pieces to score a lot of points. The Magic could put up 115, 120. But I can see the Pacers coming up and throwing up 96, 97. That's not going to cover for you. And they've been moving some pieces of some trades, moves Sabonis out, moves LeVert. Like they've done some moves and just pushed some people out there. You see they're breaking this team up and they're trying to look for the future. So they don't have a lot of guys that put a lot of buckets, a lot of points on the board. The under is 232.5. Take the under on that. Bulls and the Heat. This is a real interesting game because you have the number 1 seed against the number 2 seed, right? And I think it would be easy for most people to go, oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be a great game. The Heat, Vegas has them by 5. This 4.5, so they got to hit by 5 to win. By 5 means you're struggling down the stretch, you're fouling, you're trying to prolong the game, and they're sinking their free throws, and they keep the lead. Sooner or later, you run out of time, you lose the game. That, to me, that's a game that you weren't going to win. When you got to foul the last 2-3 possessions, hoping they miss free throws, you've been beat that night. You know what I'm saying? That's not a fluke. You've been beat that night because this is now what you're resorting to. You're not even close enough to go get buckets and just go actually produce and put points on the board and run your offense naturally. You now have to foul. And in those situations, how often, what's the percentage of those teams to ever come back? So when I look at that spread right there, and it's a +160 on the money line for the Bulls, they're 1-11 straight up on the under. So their last straight up games on they're 1-11. It's come in under. Now the over on this is a 221.5. I took the over on this because I think the Bulls still can score. DeRozan has just been on a tear. Levine looks like he's back. Still got some wheels to get up underneath him, but he'll be okay. He can give you 20, 25. Kobe off the bench from Carolina, the second-year point guard from Carolina, has been playing just outstanding. So you got that working for you until you get Lonzo back, until you get Caruso back. The Bulls are still in second place in the East right now. I don't know if people believe it, but, the great Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record and your rankings say you are. There is no mistakes at what your record says. If you're 8-7, you're 8-7. Football, you're 8-7, okay? If you're in baseball and you lost 80, 90 games in the season, that's what you lost. Oh, we could have this, it could have. You are what your record says you are. So I do look at this matchup as I think it'll be a good game, but I do think it'll be over on the 221. I would take that. I would take the Heat, and I actually would take the cover. Take the Heat to cover with the 4.5 on this. I think Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson, those guys, they've been scoring lately, and they've been putting up points. So I would take the over on the 221.5, take the Heat to 4.5. I wouldn't touch the money line. The money line is a 190. You put up 190 back. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and rule of betting, I kind of like to tell people, at least even out or more. To put up 100 to 140, well, I got $40 extra. Yeah, but you risked it for 100. So there was a $60 gap there you could have played with on some other bets and some other games, and you decided to put 100 on a game that will only give you back 60 or give you back 40. That's a $60 gap, right? That doesn't make sense. I don't bet that way. Some people may hit that way, but I don't bet that way. Next one was the Raptors at the Nets. I don't like the 4-point spread, so I didn't touch the spread. I took the under on the 217 because when the Nets are at home, they don't have KD, they don't have Kyrie, they don't have Ben Simmons, they don't have James Harden. They'll have nobody to score. Seth Curry has to be probably their leading scorer tonight. 217 on the under. The Rats, you know, they've been falling. They've been falling a little bit lately. They went on a run. They went on a stupid, ridiculous run. And I think I got the notes down here for the Raptors for another part of a show that I'm doing a little later on. Exactly. Raptors falling apart. At one point, they had went within their last 8 games, they're 2-6. Okay. That was after coming off of 8 in a row. So they're 2-6 in their last 8 after winning 8 in a row. But before that, they lost 4 or 5. So they're inconsistent. So I don't see them scoring points, and I'm watching at the standards, and I'm watching the Raptors do this. When you're doing this, that means you're not scoring and you're not playing defense. You're not stopping people right there. So I do think that the Nets and the Raptors, like this might be a total under 100 points. This might be 98, 95, 99, 91. This could be in that range. That is under the 217. This game is not going over 217. And that's the only thing about this game that I like. The Nets are at home plus 150. That could be a good bet if they at least had one of those guys. They don't have any of it tonight, so I wouldn't touch that. I just touched the under on this one. Take the 217 on the under. Hornets and the Bucks. This one's 10.5. This one could be seen as what Vegas calls a sucker bet because we did just watch what Kyrie did on the road. Right now, Melo, the best ball brother there is. His dad was right. On quick sidebar, some of y'all owe that man an apology. Some of you guys owe Lonzo Ball, Melo Ball, and D'Angelo Ball daddy an apology. Was he boisterous? Yeah. Was he? I could have bet Jordan. I'd have beat Jordan. What, you crazy? I'd have bet Jordan back in the day. Like, dude, but I get it. My son better. That boy better than Steph Curry. But it's his son. So as a dad with a son, I feel him. But, you know, bro, like, come on. That's we all know that's not true. We all know that's not true. But, you know, homeboy felt like he wanted to say it and it was, so that's what he went with. Melo is not what Kyrie Irving is and what Kyrie did to the Bucks going into Milwaukee Saturday night. I don't think Melo could do that, but I see the 10.5, and I'm like, do the Bucks bounce back after that loss, after losing that lead, after having Kyrie pretty much by himself going there? Excuse me, Afro-Ree, gotta say it right, Afro-Ree, going in there, dropping 37, 38, whichever one it was. It was one of those two on the road. No Harden, no Durant, no Ben Simmons. I mean, just like, serve it. Melo don't have that in him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be great. He ain't got that right now. So do the Bucks fight back big tonight? You know what I'm saying? Do they Portis, what 7-3 Saturday night, they still lost. Like, you're third guy. Fourth guy, right? He would be the fourth. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know how to say it, guys, so I do that on purpose. Middleton and Holiday, right? Portis would be the fourth dude. Yeah, like 7 threes. He's on fire. He almost got 30. And they still lost that game. Do they bounce back tonight and just put it on the Hornets? 10.5 point spread. I took the points. I said, all right, give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. Give me the points. I'll take the Bucks and the points. Fuck it, right? I like the under, though, on the 238.5. I do not think this is going to be 238.5, guys. Like, both teams have to damn near score 220. 120. Both teams have to damn near score, 120. I don't see that happening. I took the Bucks with the points, but I also took the under on the 238.5, and I suggest you all to do the same. Spurs in the Grizzle. The Spurs in the Grizzle. This is a good one right here. 8.5. I took the Grizzly with the over the Spurs. The Spurs, they play tough, but Popovich is in. He knows he's not in championship coaching contention right now. He's in player development for their career and future, and just the love of coaching the game of basketball and having my assistants and just everything that comes probably with coaching in the NBA. That's what Pop is doing right now. That's what Pop is giving himself and giving to other people. So I love this spread. This is this might be my best bet. I'll even take the over on the 237.5. I know that's high, but I can see the Grizzlies scoring 120, 130 tonight. They're going to put up points. They are at a tear right now. Now, do I think they're a championship contending team? No, because young teams don't win the championship in the NBA. Got to have some vets. They don't really have a vet you could go back and go, man, that was a great vet they picked up. That was a great locker room vet that's been through it, been to a finals, been deep in the playoffs, been to a conference. They don't have that guy. Once they get that guy and they get some experience on their own by getting in the playoffs, winning the series, and then losing in 6 to a better team, losing in 7 in the second round, and maybe get to a conference final. Once they get to that part, then you can start to call them a contender. Right now, they're a great, exciting regular season team, and I can see 130 out of them tonight. The minus 380 on here, that's hard too for me to take because there's such an overwhelming. If you want to gamble and say, okay, maybe this is a night Memphis doesn't hit their threes and they don't rebound very well, which they're top 5 in both categories in the NBA, and the Spurs just go off. Murray just goes ballistic. He just goes bonkers tonight, okay? Then I would say take the plus 290 on the Spurs. If you got 100 just laying around, I mean, 290 gets you 390 back. If you got 100 laying around, you can put it on that. Last one, Kings and Thunder, probably the most entertaining game that no one will get to see or watch tonight other than the people that don't have anything to do in those cities to either go to the game, and neither one of those teams would have sold out the arena no matter where the game was. It's in Oklahoma City tonight. It's not a sellout. So if you want to go watch these two teams play, you're going to see up and down and some exciting basketball and some really good young players. And Buddy Hield can just light it up. You know what I'm saying? Like this could be an exciting game, the most exciting game tonight. No one's going to watch. 5-point favor for the Thunder at the home. I had to take one upset, a team that's at home and underdog, and that's the Thunder. They're underdog 5.5. I would take the over in the 227. There's no defense here, so I think both these teams could just run up and down the court and score. Buddy, like I said, Buddy Hield is just lighting it up right now. He got 30-35 tonight. Once he has 30-35, everybody else gets 18, 19, 26 because so much attention is on him. So if he can just, go bonkers and shoot a bunch of threes, they start to hit a bunch of threes. Start to hit a bunch of threes. And then the Thunder have a young, up and down, pace type basketball team. So I like the over on here. NBA prop bets tonight. This is a really, really good one right here. You guys still have time to put this one in if you want to. Karl Anthony Towns and Allen, 12 boards apiece was a plus 425. And I'll put 100 down on it. 100 gets you 525 back. But for 100 for 525 in return, that's outstanding. That is an outstanding return on investment. Also, too, Karl Anthony Towns, 4 or more threes was a plus 550. And in the last 2 or 3 games, he's hit 4 or 5 threes in those games. One, I think he had 3. So he's going to put them up. And he's going to shoot threes. He just won a 3-point shootout. So he came back to Twin Cities talking about adding more to my game. He was already shooting threes, but now they're running pick and pop. They're running pick and pop with D'Angelo. D'Angelo had 37 the other night because so much attention is on Karl Anthony Towns when he pick and pops to the perimeter. 7-footer who can shoot it and shoot it well. It's not just a guy out there because it's part of the game. Like Brook Lopez shoots 3, but he probably didn't need to. He didn't need to. Karl Anthony Towns needs to because he's the leader and the best player on his team. So he's got to kind of do everything offensively, and everything is working. He's got to work to get everything, and other people benefit off of it. Joel Embiid said something that was really dope and really impressive to me when he talked about playing with James Harden, and it made me think differently of James Harden. Not that I like to flip-flop my opinion, but it made me respect the fact that even with the playoff failures, even with the moments where he doesn't show up in the playoffs, and we have him documented, I get it. But you would be hard-pressed to find a better player in the last 25 years. And this is no one else's opinion I heard. This is just me looking at the situation and hearing what Embiid said. We think Embiid is the MVP this year, correct? I think he's probably the MVP. The MVP switches around, right? It switches around. Maybe it's his turn. Jokic had it in the press and media and radio, ate that up. How could Jokic win it? Because he wasn't the medium darling, and he wasn't the great looking guy. And he's got these Serbian brothers that go to the games. You want to mark the Morris twin found out, right? Let's not play around. The Morris twin found out. That was karma. They feel sorry for him. You do a lot of little scrappy, dirty things to people your whole career. You and your brother, you wouldn't be in the league if you did it. That's your game. I get that, but you would not be in the league if you did not conduct yourself that way on the court. Patrick Beverly is a guy like that. People hate it, but at least he admits it. He said in an interview, if I didn't play that way, I wouldn't be in the league. You got to respect and love that. They're being real about it. I'm not trying to be dirty, but yes, I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to be the antagonist. I'm going to antagonize you as much as I possibly can. Because if I don't play like this, I'm not even in this league. This is what keeps me in the scrappy player, the blue collar, all these terms we love to throw around. God, he's so scrappy. Look at him. Oh, he's such a blue collar guy. Some guys, if they're not that, they're not in the league. You don't call LeBron blue collar. You don't call Kobe blue collar. You didn't call MJ blue collar, but they played hard. They dove on the floor. They dove out about. You didn't call Dennis Rodman blue collar. And this dude used to leap into the stands for loose balls. Even once he knew, everyone you watching live, you know he wasn't going to get. But just that effort. But they never called it blue collar. But you don't have that overly athletic ability. Then it's blue collar or scrappy or sharp. He's a sharpshooter. Well, yeah, that's because that's what they ask him to do. I'm pretty sure if he had to put the ball on the floor, if he had to defend, most sharpshooters, most good three-point shooters are great defenders because they're on the perimeter all the time, and they're a sharpshooter, so they know how people are defending the league, so it helps them with their defense. Just go down the line. Good three-point shooters, normally good defenders. So when you call somebody average and they have those type of fellas like Harden has had, that becomes, just the opinion of them, right? But then you listen to Embiid, who's probably going to be MVP this year, right? And he says, I've never been so open in my life. He goes, I used to have to work for that shot. There was one time where they were on a fast break and Embiid fumbled the pass, but you can see in his face that he wasn't expecting to get the ball, but he's never played with it. He's never played with James Harden. James Harden on the break with a guy like Embiid running. Now, I didn't like that they gave up Seth because you lose shooting. But, and the big X factor with them is not a player. It's Doc Rivers. It's what I've been saying to you guys since Boston. I know I'm a Doc Rivers hater. I get it. Okay. But I'm just telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you the facts. I'm telling you what's been on film, what has been produced. So that's why I don't believe in him. But James Harden, man, you'd be hard-pressed to find a guy over the last 25 years who you can almost damn near plug and play anywhere. He doesn't say, I can't play with these guys. He doesn't say they're too young or they're too old. James Harden, you plug him in, triple-double, 25, 11, 14. Up next night, 26, 9, and 10. Up next night, 35, 11, 13. With new teammates. He's been there 2 weeks. He's been there 2 weeks. Yes, he's playing with Embiid, but it's showing every great player needs another great player. And just because someone doesn't win, and just because someone doesn't, live up to our social standards of what athletic success is, we look at him and go, oh, he's not at this, he's not at that. I'll take James Harden on any team. I'll take Afro Reed on any team. Guys that people talk a lot of shit about. But when you plug them in, the Nets are on their way to the finals until who sprains his ankle from the Nets? Who sprained their ankle in the playoffs and was done for the series? And once that happened, even Durant, and I love Easy Money Sniper, a.k.a. Durantula, from my area, the DMV. I saw him at 16 when he played at Montrose Christian High School. Even Durant was one toe too big to knock the Bucks out, right? It's just a fact. It's not an opinion. That's what happened. Foot was on the line. Toe too big. Even that didn't get them to the finals or to the conference finals. But you plug in Afro Reed, Harden's gone now. Ben Simmons, watch the Nets. Watch the Nets. And it depends on when Durant gets back. And I think they've kind of put a rush on it. I'm going to be right. I think they're kind of like, all right, Kev. Been long enough. Now, this is pro sports, man. Pro sports guys, like it ain't okay. Come back when you're ready. It's okay. We'll shoot for next year. No. Right now. Come on. Yeah, let's kick up this rehab. Let's kind of get this going. Let's kick up this rehab. Let's kind of get this going. And I think that's what you can see with the Nets. Ben Simmons, you don't have to score, bro. You don't have to shoot. Don't worry about it. We got Afro Reed. We have Joe Harris that's coming back. Like we got shooters. We got Seth Curry. We good. You ain't got to shoot. Just be 7 foot, 6'10", 6'11", whatever. Just be that at the point for us. And then when he goes to the defense, remember, he's first team all defense. People forget about that about Ben. He's first team all defense, people. Watch the Nets. Also, another prop bet tonight, DeRozan, 2 + 3s was a plus 360. I like that bet right there. 100 get you 460. It's almost 500. Put 100 down, you almost get 500 back. If I gave you $100 right now, if I gave you 100 beans, man, it was like, yo, son, B, here you go, man. Hold this 100. But tomorrow you owe me 5. You're like, huh? But if you gave me 100, I was like, all right, tomorrow, man, I'm gonna give you back almost 5. You be like, yeah. Let's make that. Yeah, I'm gonna give you this bill. Right? I'm gonna give you this Benji, and you need to give me back like 5 Benjis. That's Spanish. Cinco. You need to give me back 5 Benjis mañana. Ain't that tomorrow? Oh, my Spanish shit. My grandmother is FaceTiming me while I'm on the air live. Oh, grandma. Should I answer this, y'all? This is my grandma. Hold on. I'm dead serious. Like, my grandmother's FaceTiming me. Hey, grandma, how you doing? Grandma, I'm actually live. I'm actually live on my show right now. Yeah, it's okay. How you doing? I told my fans I'm live right now. I told my fans, I said my phone's ringing. That's my grandma. Even though I'm live, I kind of got to answer. It's my grandma. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all see, I'm FaceTiming my grandma. See, grandma, you're on my show. See my show, grandma. You live right now. Yeah, you live. How's your knee feeling? How you feeling? Good. Grandma, move your hand off the. That's why old people shouldn't FaceTime. Grandma, move your hand off the camera. I can't see you. There you go. There's the pretty lady. There's the pretty lady. Yeah, I can see you, grandma. Of course, this is called Face. This what I'm telling you. This is called FaceTime. That means it's the time that I can see your face. Yeah. Grandma, look, let me finish my show and I'm gonna call you right when I'm done. I promise, okay? Answer your phone. Answer your phone. You know how to answer the phone, right, grandma? Okay. This phone don't do right, grandma. All right. Let me finish my show and I'm gonna call you right back, okay? All right. Love you, grandma. All right. My bad. I'm sorry, God. That was like real talk. That was my grandma. Y'all saw that. My grandma just had knee replacement. 85 years old, man. She don't got no walker, no cane, no oxygen tank. Ain't laying in no home. None of that, man. Grandma strong. So that any of y'all think just because I'm getting older, y'all can like step to me, send my DNA, bro. It's my DNA. Father Tom gonna have to wait. He don't have to wait on me. It's in my genes. But anyway, that's my grandma, man. I can't believe, yeah. You had it right when grandma called. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to kind of, it depends on no matter what you're doing. You can be with your, you can be in the middle of, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, hold on 1 second. Come on, no, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Come here, come back. I gotta answer my grandma. Grandma, hey. Real talk, answer grandma. So, anyway, another prop bet tonight. DeRozan plus, I'm sorry, it's my grandma. Plus 2 3-pointers, man, at a plus 360. He's actually hit the last 4 games, 4 threes, 3 threes, 2 threes, 3 threes. So I kind of like this plus 2 threes for DeMar DeRozan. He's been on a scoring tear right now. He'll be in the MVP discussion, but he's not going to win it. He's not enough flash. And the MVP, it's kind of a rotating award is how I look at it, the NBA MVP. And like last year, Joker got it was almost kind of like, all right, Giannis has 2, LeBron's got 4. We know he's not an MVP. Can't give it to him. AD got hurt, missed some time, so can't give it to AD. Couldn't give it to Durant. Durant missed time, can't give it to Durant. Who we got? Steph's already got 2. Yeah, we could, but team wasn't that great and they lost in the play-in, so we can't really have a play-in. Our person didn't even make the playoffs get it, so that eliminates Steph. And I think they looked around, they were like, Joker, yeah, he's got these crazy numbers. And even this year, again, what is he, 20? What is Joker? 28, 14, and 6? Something 6 or 7, something ridiculous. I got this shit. I got it written down. We'll go back to it, but the Joker is just killing it. But I think this year it's a little more wide open, so people can say, "Well, I'm going to vote for DeRozan. I'll take votes from Joker." I think Embiid's the MVP just because I think of the year he's having, and if they can somehow get up the 2nd seed, I don't think that they can get to the 1 seed. I know they could get to the 2nd, or I could be mistaken. Or I could get to the 2nd seed. No, they still could be the 1 seed. They're 2.5 games out of the 1 seed. So if they can get to the 1 seed over the last 20 games, then Embiid is the clear. They won't win it unanimously because there's other guys that will get some votes, but he is the clear MVP MVP winner. So DeRozan's having a great year, but Embiid the MVP. But his prop bet plus 2 3-pointers tonight, plus 3. And Zach LaVine, this is listen, this if you want a major come up, and if you really believe in Zach LaVine, I have an extreme prop bet every night. I look at something that's really down the list, but it's a high plus. But the chance of it happening is really rare. But just some nights you just don't know. So my extreme prop bet tonight here on Husky Bets is Zach LaVine, 30 points, 6 boards, 6 assists. It's a plus 1,700. So 100 gets you 1,800 back in your pocket. So this isn't the only one I looked at tonight. I was like, yeah. But LaVine, we know, and this is honestly, it's an extreme, but it's a smart bet. If you got 100 to 50, 50 will get you what? 850, 950, 50 will get you 950 back, 850 back. 850 back, for $50. That's a come up when you're talking about sports betting or anything. Stock market, you put $50 into the stock market, and the next day you got 850 back, 950 back, 1,800 back. If you put 100 in the stock, anybody would take that, right? So, but DeRozan's on the tear. We know LaVine can score and get buckets. He got 40-point games in his career, 50-point games in his career, I believe. He's got one 50-point game. So 36 and 6. He's on the boards. He's a high leaper. Nobody boxes out nowadays in the NBA. It's just not the box out game anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think that 6 boards and then 6 assists. Spot up shooters, giving the ball to DeRozan, 6 assists, but a plus 1,700. So, and then hockey, I'll go through real quick because I want to stay about 30 minutes, but because I have VJs on Sportsman like Conduct to do later. So I want to stay about 30 minutes, and we just crossed over that, and I don't want to bore you guys too much. Vancouver at the Devils tonight, the over-under 6.5. I took the over on that right there. The total goals that New Jersey's given up, 8 of the last games are 13, 7, 9, 6, 11, 8, 8, 10. So take the over on the 6.5 on the Vancouver Canucks and the New Jersey Devils. Also, Toronto Maple Leafs right now, 4-game winning streak against the Caps. At the Caps, the Caps are favored at home. I took the over on the 6.5, but I'll take the Leafs to win. Take the Leafs for the win. Take the over on the 6.5. Both these teams are top 10 scoring teams in the league, and they're going to put up a lot. This could be 6-4. This could be 7-3. This could be a high scoring. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. And also the Bruins and the Kings. Only 3 games in the league of NHL tonight. Bruins at the Kings. Kings are minus 240. Bruins 4 wins in a row. Kings 5 wins in a row. So somebody is going to have a winning streak broken tonight because both of them are on a winning streak right now. And I like the prop bet. The over on that's 4.5. Take the over. And the prop bet was Ovechkin 1 goal and a win for the Caps against the Leafs. That's a plus 300. It's the only prop bet that I thought really made sense. So those are your bets tonight, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me go see what the comment section said. I see a few comments just so I can see who was in. Bloom, bloom, bloom. My man Emmett said, "What up, Grandma?" I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man, that was Grandma. That was crazy, but I love that woman. So anyway, I want you guys to make sure you continue to tune in. Don't forget, man, log into all of these betting sites. Start to put some money down. You don't have to bet what I'm betting. I'm telling you just what I pick and what I'm betting, but my percentage is high. High betting over 60. You're doing well. NHL right now, I'm at about 58. NHL, I'm about 58%, and I'm learning and getting better. It's a lot of intricacies, and they don't really let you pick straight ups. A lot of times, man, it's called a biscuit, and it's on the underdog. So it's hard to win money there. But the over unders are where you can kill in prop bets. The over unders in hockey for me and prop bets in hockey for me is where I figure I'm doing the best right now, and you can make some real money, man. So over in the NBA, it's everything. It's money line, halftime stuff, and we'll get deeper as the season winds down. We'll get deeper. I'll give you a halftime spread for each game when I give you the game. So it tells you how Vegas sees the first half's going to go. They have a team that they think is a 3-point favorite, but the halftime is a +2 for them or a +3. Then they're telling you it's going to be nip and tuck in the first half. They might go in a couple of buckets down, maybe half a dozen down in the first half. But then their second half team, they outscore people by such and such percentage in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Those are the little stats and the little nuggets that you find, and it's all out there. But you really do have to go look for it. There's not a fourth quarter stat link. You have to go to links and then click here, click here, click there, click there, click. Then this right there. It's a lot of research. that I do, man. So we're going to get deeper and deeper into this, and I'm going to deliver more and more. Trying to do the show every day. Last week I did the debut show. I was glad to have the All-Star break because it gave me a chance to really kind of hone in on some of my picks and hone in on some of the research and the tactics that I use to come up with my picks to then deliver to you guys and tell you guys who I'm going with, who you should put your money on. So thank everybody for tuning in to Husky Bets, man. I'm your host, VJ Vernon Husky, the Big Vanilla Funny. Catch us always on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio. Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio's VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct. We're coming up on episode 400, 26 states, 16 countries. I appreciate you guys. Like, oh my God, you have no idea. So much. And most people don't watch live. I have a lot of downloads, almost to 20,000 downloads. So most people go back, and that's all I appreciate is that you listen and that you watch. I don't need a bunch of live numbers and stuff. I know people are busy, and I have no idea when I'm doing my show. I hit people up, yo, you want to get on my show today? What time you doing it? I don't know. A little later and shit. Who gonna be on it? I mean, shit, me, whoever else want to come on. You know what I'm saying? Like the Kevin Hart joint, right? Like, what time the show? Shit, I don't know. When I get on there, I'll text you an hour before. I'll text you 20 minutes before. I'll text you. Don't worry about it. Just be at your or just be ready to open your computer and log on. There's no time to be on, but if you want to be on, come on today. So that's why I don't worry about a lot of live. But I know a lot of people go back. Like I said, we're almost at 20,000 downloads, man, on Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio. I appreciate it. Like I feel like I'm accomplishing things. Climbing the ladder, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, so you guys can always remember catch us VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com. I want to thank everybody on LinkedIn that now tunes in on VJ Vernon Husky over there on LinkedIn and watch all of our sports. A lot of stuff coming to you guys for Best in Sports, man. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of shows, a lot of content coming, man. So we still just waiting on that capital. So anybody out there, you know what I'm saying? Got a little bread you want to throw out? It's all good. We'll talk about that privately, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace, guys. Y'all stay blessed. Put your money up. Put your